Hello everyone and welcome to Action RPG Build Guide Edition. Today I'm ready to drop on you my 9th iteration of my B Raiden Sorcerer. If you love lightning, if you love quick gameplay, can clear all content, this might be the build for you. As always, I will cover every single facet of the build. Everything is timestamped in the description below if you need to bounce around. Let's not waste any time and jump right into this. So let's start at the training dummy and see the biggest number we can generate, at least right here. This is a free to use lightning blast skill. You'll notice it's a guaranteed crit, and it is a monster, and the biggest hit we generate, boom, 748,000 damage. So now let's show off some gameplay. This is right at 300 corruption, and you're gonna see that we're just gonna absolutely walk through this. Obviously, this build can go much higher than that. We're using an unspec'd Flame Rush as a free movement skill, and we are using Flame Ward auto-triggered by stuns. And basically you just run around and shoot everyone. Pretty simple build. Frost Wall is converted to lightning. Flame Ward is converted to lightning. We are using static for our big nuke when we need it. And you're just running around, crushing everything. All right, we went all the way up. Now let's go all the way down. Pretty quick build. One thing nice about it too, just like you saw at the training dummy, it is a guaranteed, for the most part, critical strike build. You are in melee-ish range a lot of the time, but you are a caster and you do a ton of damage. And then when you need that extra boost, you have static available and Arcane Ascendance. So that's what's so fun about this build, is you can go supernova when you need it. Let's fight a Shade of Oribus. All right, Shade of Oribus. First phase, almost got him to half life. Pretty good. Don't get overly cocky. 30%. Oh, get out of there. All right, get our mana back up. 26%. 15, 10, 9, and static. Ba-bam. Let me show you how to recreate this build. Now let's break down the skills, starting with Arcane Ascendance, and I will show you the route in which you want to take the points. Now for this skill, the first thing you want to do is come down and get Power Spirit, Acuity, and Cunning. This is going to make it where you no longer drain your mana when you are in Arcane Ascendance, but you are limited to 16 spells. But that is plenty because you can't stand still for too long anyways. You're then going to come straight up and you're going to get a boost to spell damage, more spell damage, and cast speed. Now your next 4 points I put into Superconductor and Closed Circuit, which is basically going to cast Lightning Blast while you're in it, but know that your Lightning Blast is now going to have a mana cost. So basically, you're still going to drain your mana when you're in Arcane Ascendance, but you are going to be supercharged. All right? Moving over to static, and as you can see from the tooltip here, static is at 325,000, and this could be even higher if you wanted to. And this is very simple. You're just going to start down and work your way around. This is going to give you charges gained when you are critting. This is going to give you crit multiplier, base crit chance. It's going to give you maximum charges and then more charges with your movement rate. Now, if you have a lot of mana regen, and if you have a large mana pool, you could pull 1 point out of high voltage for static and put it right here into power surge. But know that when you hit static, it is going to hit like a nuke, but you will be negative mana. So if you're okay with that, you can totally put 1 point into power surge. Currently, I don't use it, but it is fun to play with. Moving over to the staple in Flame Ward. Now, what you want to do is you actually want to come down and up first. This is going to give you a longer duration of your Flame Ward, and it's going to turn it from fire to lightning. So it is going to buff your lightning. Then you're going to come over here, and you're going to get less hit damage when this is activated of 40%. So it's now lightning, it's now going to last longer, and it's going to give you a lot of damage reduction. And then you're going to automate this skill. You'll notice up here that I don't have a movement skill. That's because we're putting an unspec'd Flame Rush on our bar because Flame Ward is cast for us through this node. And this is going to make it that when you get stunned, which is all the time, you hear the ding, ding sound. This is going to auto trigger, so you don't have to worry about it, and you will have 2 charges. So you can be stunned twice before this refreshes, and you're going to trigger it twice. The last 4 points, you're going to put it right here into Through Flames, which is going to give you base lightning damage. Moving over to our damage dealer, which is Lightning Blast, and there is so much good in this tree. I wish I had more points to it than only 21 right now. But basically, you are going to come up and to the left first. This is going to make it when you are in close range and you hit an enemy, Lightning Blast is going to chain and hit you and buff your stats, basically your damage and your crit. That's why at the training dummy, it was basically a guaranteed crit for Lightning Blast. You are then going to come over and you're going to buff up your spark charge. And then you're going to come down and you're going to get your double cast and your quad cast. And then you're going to keep coming down and get your base crit and your lightning aegis, which is going to give you more damage while this is triggered. And it just will help you a lot with cast speed and other things. It's really nice. It also, you have less damage taken when you have it. So this is lightning attunement. Last skill we are using is Frost Wall. Good old Frost Wall. And everything synergizes perfectly. So what you want to do first is you want to come up and you want to turn your Frost Wall into a Lightning Wall. You then want to come to the left and you want to get Lightning Rod, again, Lightning Blast, and you're going to be buffing your Lightning Blast. So again, your Arcane Ascendance is using Lightning Blast. You are using Lightning Blast, and your Frost Wall or Lightning Wall is using Lightning Blast. You are then going to come down, you're going to get Mana, you're going to get Cleanse, you're going to get Frenzy and Haste. You're then going to come down and you're going to get more multiplicative damage to chilled enemies. And that is the final skill. Moving over to the passive tree, I am currently level 100, and looking at the base tree, I have Aid into Scholar, which is life and mana, Arcanus, Intelligence, and Fire, and then Mage Flurry, which is going to give you cast speed. Cast speed is a very important stat for this build. Moving over to Sorcerer, we are buffing Arcane Momentum fully. We are putting 5 into Calculated Destruction. We are buffing our Lightning and our Lightning Leech. We are coming over and getting Spell Critical Strike Multiplier, and we put 3 points into Spark Nova. This is good for clear speed, and it's going to be triggering all the time, even at 24%, which is a sub-skill that also uses Lightning Spell and Intelligence. We have 6 into Arcane Insight, 5 into Spell Slinger, 5 into Archmage, and 4 into Recollection. Moving over to Rune Master, which we really, really like. 8 into Sphere of Protection, which is going to give you some damage reduction. We are then coming over and putting 6 into Transcendence, which is going to give you life and additional ward per second. Again, try and help keep you alive. For this build, we are not using crit avoidance. We are using bonus damage from crits negatively, trying to get that to 100%. So you want to put points into this based upon how much you need. We have 6 into Instruments. And then we have 8 into Never Late and 3 into Rune Dilation, which is going to keep your movement and cast speed additional 10% after you use your unspec'd Flame Ward. And we have nothing in Spellblade. Those are the passives. Now let's talk blessings, idols, and gear. We are currently on the website Last Epoch Tools, and we're going to start with the blessings. Now, the first blessing you're going to want to grab is Spell Leeched is Health. This is going to give you a ton of sustain as you're traversing the end game, because obviously everything you're doing is spell damage, so it's going to keep your life full. We are taking all resistance, endurance, and physical resistance. So all 4 of these blessings are defensive. Now we do have one offensive blessing that is pretty important, and this drops from Lagon. This is Chance to Shred Lightning Resistance on hit. You attack so fast that you're going to be shredding that resistance down to nothing, so your lightning is going to be doing a lot more damage. Again, this blessing drops from Ending the Storm and Lagon. Moving over to idols. The one idol you want to get is Increase Lightning Damage while you have Lightning Aegis, and Increase Lightning Damage. This effect is doubled if you have 300 maximum mana. And you will see on the build planner I made it so that we are currently at 308, and you want 4 of those identical idols. It's just a huge boost to your lightning damage. And then the singles, we just took mana and life. Okay, moving over to gear. There's technically nothing required. There's no, you have to go find this in order to make it work. That being said, best in slot is the Enigma Catalyst. This is basically your spark charge, and it's going to give you a bunch of damage, and it's going to apply spark charge, and it's going to give you 1 to lightning skills, which is great. This also is a common item, so you can get it at level 46, And I've got multiple of them with 2 legendary potential. Again, not overly difficult, so you can turn this into an awesome legendary. Now I'll go over each item one at a time. Helmet, Lightning Blast. Amulet, Crit Multiplier, Lightning Penetration. Armor, Intelligence, Increase Lightning Critical Strike Multiplier. Weapon, Critical Strike Multiplier. Ring, Intelligence Lightning. Ring, Intelligence Lightning. Belt, Health and Lightning. Boots, Intelligence and Health. Relic, Crit Multiplier and Intelligence. Gloves, Cast Speed, Intelligence, and Life. So that is the gear, the idols, and the blessings. Now let's talk leveling. Aaron, this is great, but how do I actually beat the campaign and start creating this build? Well, for me, it doesn't matter if you're a Sorcerer, a Spellblade, or a Rune Master. I use the same skills. And the main 2 skills is Elemental Nova and Teleport. Now, what's so great about Teleport is obviously it's a movement, it's a traversal skill, but it also automatically casts Elemental Novas, and it'll cast 3 of them. That way, as you are traversing through the campaign, not only are you just running, but you're also killing enemies in the process, which is awesome. Now, you have a choice. You could take Elemental Nova in Lightning version, or you could take Elemental Nova in its Fire version. And this is a decision that is up to you. If you take it in its Lightning version, you want to take Lightning Blast. If you take it in its Fire version, you want to take Fireball. So 2 different ways to level. Do you like Fire or do you like Lightning? When it comes to early items, as far as uniques, if you have leveling gear, there is more synergy with Fire. But if you don't have any of the gear, it doesn't matter anyways. So those are the 3 skills you want to use. All right, everyone, that's the build guide. What do you think of my 9th iteration B raid in Source? Is there anything I missed? Is there anything I can do to take this to the next level? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Couple of asks at the end of the video. Ask number 1, best way to support is Patreon. We have movie night coming up. We have game night coming up. Gives you access to exclusive content and the VIP lounge in Discord. It is the first link in the description. Also, you should join my Discord. We are closing in on 4,000 members, and we are now doing an active giveaway every 2 weeks. We have multiple voice parties for Last Epoch. The first giveaway is an action RPG hat. All you got to do is join, go to the general right under for giveaways, and enter. Lastly, please like, share, and subscribe if you think I've earned it. It totally supports the channel. I'm done. Hopefully you're entertained or at least learned something. Aaron, out.